Hello, one and all. I am going to take a minute or two here to get myself situated so I can start this feed with everybody who's expecting it to be on and to make sure that they get some access. So today has been a wild and woolly day, and I apologize beforehand if my lovely unicorn doggies decide that they need to insert their opinion into today's live stream. They have been on edge today, and I don't think there's anything happening. It's a hot, muggy day. There might be a storm coming through. But really, that's about it for them. They've just been barking at every little noise, every single little noise today, and it's been driving me bonkers. Boundaries live stream. Snap that. I just want to do 2 quick shares here, and then I will kind of dive into my content here for today. And I do want to say, please stay till the end of the live stream today so that you can hear all about the giveaway that I am running. There we go. Because I want you to have cool stuff that's also going to help you raise your vibe. Because who doesn't want that? Honestly. I've had not enough coffee today. All right, so I am Lindsay from Super Sacred Powers Coaching. Hello, Andrea. And I help empaths and intuitive, spiritually gifted women, goddesses, all of us, master their relationship to their soul self, their gifts, and their dreams. Because once you find that deep, deep center, that place of personal power, you're going to stop getting derailed by life's ups and downs. You are going to stay inspired, stay focused, have clarity out the wazoo, and you're going to be able to plan for your manifestations to be birthed in this here and now. Now today I wanted to jump on and do a quick check to see how everybody's doing and how everybody is managing this week. We've had some good energies this week, but I have to say that even I've had trouble getting grounded enough. I've had all sorts of thoughts, and I've just been kind of like brain dumping like mad because I can't seem to latch onto one because they're all coming at once. All these beautiful divine downloads and inspirations, and seeds are being planted. But sometimes all you can do is hold on and make sure you get them written down or recorded somehow. Live streams, voice recorders, drawing, I don't care how you do it. Get in the habit of just getting it out of you. Because all of that, all of those divine bits of guidance and inspiration, it's their destiny to be shared in one way, shape, or form. And if you don't get it out, somebody else will. If you don't believe me, read Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. So I thought would be most useful today is boundaries. Yes, communication weirdness this week. And, you know, it's not Mercury retrograde or anything like that. I think it's really that people are triggered. And they're not able, they don't feel like they're able to get out or get to the point where they're going to be able to do what they want to do this week. And I know that's what's kind of been getting me. I mean, this is why I wanted to talk about boundaries, because I think because we're not able to be in that center because of all this up here, that it's like, get out of my way. Stop touching me. We're having one of those weeks. I almost hear it. Wait, don't talk to me for a half hour. So one of the top ways that I know when I need to do a little bit of boundary work And boundaries is one of those things that in the spiritual community, people talk about a lot. Oh, you need better boundaries. But they don't really stop and tell you what that means. For me, boundaries, it really means like your comfort zone. And if we are low vibe, and if we are coming from a place of being already emotionally triggered or emotionally down, we're not going to have very good boundaries. That kind of emotional overwhelm that really kind of erodes our sense of boundaries. And we tend to be more irritable. And we're not coming from a place of center of love and light. We're not coming from a place where we're talking from our truth or our center. We're just talking from that place of this boundary is a little irritable today. And it's just going to come out. And if we're feeling unwell, I know that I can definitely hear the days when my stomach is not feeling well. And in my own brain, I'm going like, no, that's my upset stomach talking. Well, your boundaries do the same thing. If you're feeling impinged upon, you can hear it in the way you react to things. And so that number one trigger for me is, do I feel triggered? Do I feel underappreciated? Do I feel resentful? Do I feel like I'm being taken advantage of? Do I feel like nobody's listening to me? That's how I know I need boundary work. And it usually has nothing to do with the other people. But we're going to get into that part in a little bit. The other way I really know that my boundaries are being impinged upon, that I'm having an issue, is when I can't seem to release other people's emotions. So I see somebody and they're having a rah, rah, rah kind of day. And I get that knee-jerk reaction of like, ooh, wow, all right. If my boundaries aren't where I need them to be, if my energy isn't able to hold a buffer for me at all, I might actually believe that person. I might believe that there's a reason that that person is reacting that way, and then there's a very good reason. I might actually let it trigger more stuff in me. So if I cannot let that go, I keep thinking like, that Bob, he shouldn't have been ranting like he was today. He really upset the whole office. I don't know why he does that. That's how I know I need to do some boundary work. Because other people's reactions and their feelings, even as an empath, even as a spiritually gifted person, are not my responsibility. All right, and another way I know my boundaries are triggered, that I need to raise my vibe a little bit more to create more of that buffer space, more of that emotional good sanctuary feeling inside of me, is if I am triggered enough to want to help somebody or fix somebody, but not from a place of compassion, from a place of, oh my God, I want this feeling to end. I know that's awful to say it out loud like that, but when you get trapped on a phone call and the person is just like that, and on and on and on, and you're like, oh my God, what just happened? Let me spend the next 45 minutes talking you down from this cliff because I can't deal with it. That's how I know that I am not in my center and I am not coming from the place that is going to best serve me or anybody else out there. So, how do you fix that shit? Before I get into exactly how to fix it, at least in the moment, because all we can ever really heal is that present moment. We just have to keep coming back to the present moment and healing it. Yes, it's taking things personally, but it's also believing that what this other person is doing or saying has some kind of validity or impact in your world. Because once you get to the point of coming from center, you really begin to see, and this goes into why my technique works here, so we're covering two things at once, that our feelings are only ever inside of us. My anxiety doesn't exist in somebody else. That's their anxiety. That's not my anxiety. What's going on in here, that trigger point in here, is completely of me. But sometimes when our boundaries aren't in place and aren't raised, our energy isn't raised up enough to create that space for us, we get like, oh my God, maybe they're right. And so now before I go into this technique, I just want to say, please stay till the end here, because I do have an announcement for a little giveaway, because I want you to have cool stuff and you need to know about it and how to get it and how to get a chance to win. Okay, so what works for me in the moment, again, these are things you have to just keep applying and keep redoing. It's like instant chiropractor for your soul kind of stuff. Is I want you to be able to name the emotion that you're seeing in somebody else. The one that's bothering, that's triggering something in you. I was reading a book called The Esoteric Empath last night, and he was really talking about how empaths, they have this ability, and it's an ingrained ability and everybody can do it, but empaths seem to really like latch onto this instinctual ability to mirror what's in front of them. And that mirroring, when done with boundaries, doesn't have to get you triggered. See, all emotions are sacred messages, right? They aren't just things. They aren't things that are meant to really guide or drive our life. They're messages about how to adjust, but how to come back to center in each and every moment. So that minute we're feeling triggered, it isn't a message about whether Bob is having a bad day and whether he has a right to feel what he feels. Well, everybody has that right. It's a message to ask ourselves whether we are in agreement with his beliefs or not. Because as an empath, I think we really take for granted that we can do this mirroring, and this mirroring seems to be happening all the time for us. It is part of actually our brain composition, according to this book. I'll take a picture of that later. Pardon me. But this mirroring doesn't have to get us triggered. We just have to realize that it is happening and we can use it to our advantage. We can use it to come back to center. So name that feeling you think you're seeing. I think Bob is scared. I think Bob thinks he's going to lose his job, and he's probably feeling insecure. So he's lashing out at the administration today. Okay. And it's about coming back to the heart. It's about coming back to your own energy, the clear pool of your own soul depths, seeing where those ripples lie. Bob's afraid he's going to lose his job. I see that. I recognize that. Deep breath. But I don't need to agree. And I don't need to experience this with him to understand. The message has been received. Thank you. And coming back to knowing that the message was maybe, how do I rally the troops if they are afraid in the office, in this instance? The message is, he's angry, but he's also afraid. You want to hold space for that kind of knowing and that kind of healing. Now, no, nobody should be impinging on our boundaries. But that's an ideal thing in an ideal world. Most people don't have that kind of emotional awareness in their everyday life when they go to work, when they're driving down the road and they're going through road rage. We have to model it. And that is our purpose here in this world. The light workers, the empaths, the sensitives, to model this different way and this different awareness. And if you are ready to answer that call, I do want to tell you that I am launching a free library, my Inner Priestess Library. Oops, I bumped that thing. There we go. And the Inner Priestess Library really helps you discover and unleash that inner priestess self, that divine self in your life, so that you know that you can be fierce, you can hold your boundaries, and you can still be sensitive and have that big heart be a source of power and joy in your life. And you never have to believe that you're too sensitive again, because you know it's why you're here. And this library has a whole bunch of tools, and they're all free. All you have to do is sign up on my website, and all these tools are designed to help you do things like learn to thrive as an empath, how to raise your vibe and keep it where you need it, so that you are coming from a source of unlimited power in your life. And it also covers how to live on purpose with intention, power, and passion, how to really go after that soul mission that you know you have. And because this is new and because I'm launching it this month, all these free resources, and I will drop the link in the comments so that you can sign up for this, I am also doing a giveaway. I am doing a giveaway for a bottle necklace, a pendant, and no, I cannot get that to focus. But it is handmade, hand wire wrapped. It's worth 25 bucks, but I'm giving it away to people who sign up for the Inner Priestess Library at the end of the month. The giveaway is on the 31st. And so sign up, grab the link from the comments, and get your free resources so that you can get empowered and get a chance to win this bottle necklace, so you can put your oils in it, your gemstones in it, whatever helps keep you in vibe, on purpose, and a source of love. All right, that's all I got for you today, loves. Hello, Peter. I don't know who else was here. It's just 3 others. But hello, and I love you, and thank you so much for showing up and listening. And feel free to comment or PM me if you need anything. And I will drop that link for you guys. See you later this week.